Like I mentioned earlier, if you were with me for the morning shows, that we were going to see those late morning storms moving in and then seeing them return later on tonight. Well, that rainfall has now moved into our area, still out ahead of that cold front system that is continuing to drag across the U.S., bringing a potential tornado outbreak. Now, we're going to take a wider view before we zoom into where we're tracking the rainfall right now. You see those showers and storms continue to extend over northern Texas and even into Oklahoma still this morning. Let's take a even wider view now to see the setup that we are dealing with and why we have the potential for severe weather today. As we are looking towards now moving into Missouri and Arkansas, seeing that frontal system continue to push across the U.S. heading eastward. It is a warm front out ahead of it attached to a upper level low where the cold front system is attached behind it as well, along with a trough axis that's continuing to fire up the chance for showers and storms across the U.S. today. We see multiple severe thunderstorm warnings as well as multiple tornado warnings attached to this cold front already. And for the ones that have to endure these storms today, our thoughts and prayers go out to them as we continue to track the chance for severe weather, not only through the rest of Wednesday, but for the rest of the week. Now let's step back and take a look more locally. Once again, still out ahead of that cold front system, like I mentioned, is going in at a slant here, heading into Texas as we step through the next several hours. And that's why we're seeing those showers and storms fire up out ahead of it. Right now, we're just seeing rain crossing I-35, but behind it, there is some isolated storms moving through. Not a lot of heavy rain associated with the showers that are coming down right now, but over the next few hours, we can see this chance for rain continue to increase and intensify as they move across our area. Very cloudy and warm out there as we step out the door for our Wednesday morning, and we'll hang on to the chance for showers and storms crossing our area at least throughout lunchtime. And that's why we are weather impact alert due to that isolated chance for hail and damaging winds. Those are our primary threats, and we can't rule out the possibility for tornadic activity. It is low for us, but again, with these isolated storms popping up, we have that possible chance, especially as that cold front inches closer and closer into our viewing area. But right now, just dealing with some rainfall. Let's look closer here over Bell County, seeing a lot of showers coming down, looking north of us as well near Bruceville Eddy, seeing that rain again is right along I-35 today. And as we step through the rest of our morning, try to limit your travel as much as you can. Even though we're just dealing with some rain, again, we have that chance for isolated activity just for the next few hours though, before we see these storms move out of our area. Near Salado, again, some rainfall coming down as well. Now it looks to be like this front is going to move fairly quickly here, but like I mentioned, those isolated cells is what we're really tracking that could hold that threat for hail and damaging winds. Looking near Hamilton right now, you see that rain just intensified there in our next radar scan, seeing some heavier rainfall in that area. Let's take a closer view in near Hamilton right now to see what those showers and storms are looking like, and look inside the storm to see if we see any hail falling. So we're going to zoom in over Hamilton and Bosque County right now, where we're seeing those isolated cells. Looks like near Cranefield's Gap, just very west of it, slightly west, I should say. And here we're going to put our scope to look inside of the storm. And luckily, as we look inside, we're not seeing any hail. So just some heavy rainfall coming down in that area. We're going to clear this view off and look in Bosque County, and again, no hail falling yet, which is a great sign, but we continue to see rain intensify more and more with those isolated cells. Here's our look outside in Temple this morning. We're already seeing those showers come down in downtown Temple, and the rain will continue again over the next few hours. Look like it's going to be a quick rain event, but now we're talking wet streets heading out through the latter part of our morning and afternoon. In Temple right now, it is 75 degrees, and with these very warm temps, that's what I was talking about again, if you were with me throughout the morning show, how warm it is outside already. And with these warm temperatures meeting that cold air is going to create what we call instability that's going to help fuel the possible chance for severe storms. But the great news is that since we're already seeing rain and the front hasn't crossed yet, this morning convection is going to kind of put a damper on the chance for severe storm sparking, especially since we don't have a lot of activity behind the rain that we're seeing right now. Winds up to 11 miles per hour, south-southwest winds. So still bringing in warmer air for now. Again, out ahead of that cold front system, not seeing those showers just yet. Now let's take a check of the severe weather outlook across the U.S. today. As we see on a lower end threat for our viewing area, this risk zone ranged between a level 1 marginal all the way up to a level 5 high risk for severe weather, and you can see that's over portions of Oklahoma into Tennessee as well as Kentucky and Missouri. So again, thoughts and prayers go out to everyone who is in the path of these storms, as we could see potentially large tornadoes produced from this cold front system. Thankfully, we are on the lower end threat of severe weather today, even though we still have those potential for hail, damaging winds, and we can't rule out tornadoes. It does look low in terms of our impacts. Now, there is a level 3 enhanced risk just over our very northern counties in our viewing area. But again, mostly we'll see lower impacts in terms of severe storms. A level 2 slight risk has actually increased, now includes more of McLennan County into portions of Lampasas as well as near Falls County. The rest of the viewing area under that level 1 marginal risk. We're continuing to track that chance for severe storms because of that cold front system I mentioned earlier dragging across our area. Those late morning storms have now picked up, but expect to see stormy weather return late tonight into early Thursday morning, keeping us weather impact alert for several days. This is the weather pattern that we will continue to be in, starting off the morning with storms, and then the storms returning late night into the early morning hours each day leading up until Saturday. Again, isolated severe weather threat out there for us, but hail, damaging winds, and the threat for tornadic activity cannot be ruled out. Like I mentioned before, luckily we are on the lower end of it, but we will continue to see the chance for rain showers over our area. And here's our severe weather outlook moving into Thursday, because Thursday holds another chance for severe storms early morning and then returning by the afternoon. Now that level 2 slight risk impacts many more of our counties in our viewing area, extending into the Brazos Valley, with only the very western portions under that level 1 marginal. As that front stalls off, it's going to continue to bring us the chance for multiple rounds of rainfall along with isolated severe storms. This is Thursday's severe weather outlook. Now let's take a check of Friday's, where now mostly all of our counties in our viewing area under that level 2 slight risk, and now the Brazos Valley not seeing a lot of impacts or even included under a risk zone at all. And if they are, it's mostly a level 1 marginal one. So again, we're on the lower end threat of the severe storms each day, but we still have that possibility, and that's why we will be weather impact alert, making sure that you all stay safe and at least know that we have this chance for severe weather moving into our area. As we take a check of Futurecast now, tracking the rainfall throughout the rest of 2 p.m., that's exactly what it's looking like. Just rain showers moving into the latter part of our afternoon. So like I said, this will be a quick event. Now that front will stall off along I-35 there. You can kind of see where the winds are changing in direction. Winds are out of the south as we look east of I-35, but looking west of I-35, winds are out of the north, and that's your clear indication that there is a frontal system moving across our area. You can see where the winds are converging. It looks like the winds are dancing here. That's where your front will be aligned. Again, positioned right over I-35, moving into our afternoon hour. And with that front stalling off, it's going to continue to bring us that chance for at least some scattered showers throughout the rest of Wednesday evening and lasting into Thursday morning. Now we get a small break overnight into Thursday, but then we have that return of scattered showers. I'm going to step it back just a little bit time wise for early Thursday morning so we can see what the rainfall will look like moving out the door into the early morning hours there. And you see, if you look towards the very tip top of your screen above the hour by hour forecast banner, you can see that we're going to see some storms picking up by 1 a.m. impacting our northern counties into that 1 a.m. hour. So now the only thing is that we will mostly stay dry through the night. But if these storms that are to the north of us slide into our western counties, then that's why it's important to have your weather alerts turned on, because we'll be monitoring these storms overnight into the morning. And again, you can mostly sleep peacefully for now, but have those alerts turned on just in case case those storms decide they want to hang out with us into our early morning hours on Thursday. That'll be the case pretty much up until about 7 to 8 o'clock. They will hang towards the north, and we'll see scattered showers across central Texas unless those storms decide to move into our viewing area. Now, dealing with the scattered rain throughout our morning drive for tomorrow. So waking up to wet streets out there. Well, seeing the return of wet streets, I should say, heading throughout our Thursday morning and over the next few days, continuing to deal with that on and off again threat for isolated severe thunderstorms lasting throughout Saturday. And then we're cooling down finally, because once that front moves, we're going to drop temperatures into the mid to low 70s for Saturday. We're talking 60-degree temperatures returning into next week. So now that we have covered that, let's take a check of radar once again to see what our radar is looking like in terms of rainfall coming down, if we have any more hail to potentially watch, or has any rain intensified. And looks like some of it has decreased just a touch here. So let's stop it and zoom in once again, looking near Hamilton and Bosque County. You see that rain intensified a lot more now and you can tell because of how, let's turn our wind particles off here just for a second. You can tell that the rain has intensified by the color. So the green is representing the lighter rain. The yellow and the deeper red color show the rain is getting heavier and heavier. So let's see if we have any hail falling now within this storm that we're dealing with, and we don't, which is great news. And this is what we're doing, is taking a look inside the storm to see if we can see any hail, and we do not, which is a great sign. So no hail is falling within these storms right now. We're just dealing with some isolated heavy rainfall as we go throughout our Wednesday afternoon. We're going to keep our eye on these storms though, just in case any of them decide to produce some hail. But we are dealing with gusty winds. Let's take a check of winds right now, because this morning we seen wind gusts already up to 30 miles per hour. And looking at winds right now, let's take a check. And winds have calmed down just a touch, still breezy though. So if you haven't already, I always encourage you all to secure your outdoor items, making sure your trash can is in a secure location so it doesn't get blown away. Same case for your patio furniture. You don't want to chase your items down the road if these winds pick them up and take them away. So make sure you secure your outdoor items, because we're going to see those gusty wind conditions last over the next few days. Still very breezy now, wind gusts up to at least 20 miles per hour. Let's take a check of current temps as well across the area. Look at those temperatures across the Brazos Valley, almost near 80 degrees already, and we're talking about at 10:41 almost this morning. So again, warm out there, giving us that instability that we're looking for and need as that front crosses. So right now we're just seeing some showers, but these storms could intensify going throughout lunchtime, and that's why we're streaming now, and we'll keep you all informed and updated on any changes. So I'm going to return you all to a radar view for now. If you're just now joining me, we are weather impact alert, tracking the severe weather coming across our area, watching the rain that's on our radar, because some of these storms could produce some gusty winds as well as heavy rainfall. Luckily, not looking at any severe storms as of now, but we know that this front that is crossing is capable of producing severe storms as well as tornadoes. Luckily for us, we are on the lower end threat of it. I want to take one more wide view just to give people a perspective and show what we're tracking and what we're looking at, as we are still under what's known as the warm sector of this storm. And it's known as the warm sector because what we have out in front of us now is a stalled stationary and a warm front attached to it, along with this upper level low pressure system. Behind it is a cold front, and once that cold air meets the warm air there, that's what creates the instability to continue to spark the chance for severe weather. But since we have so much warm Gulf moisture pushing in now, along with that cooler air, we're already seeing those showers and storms fire up out ahead of that frontal system that is continuing to move into our area. Earlier this morning, we seen multiple severe thunderstorm warnings as well as multiple tornado warnings. So we know that this front is capable of producing severe storms, and that's why we're weather impact alert, to let you all know what we're tracking and to make sure that we don't have that threat into our area. But you can see this extends all the way up into Missouri and even further than that, and we're on the tail end of it, which is great news because that means we're on the lower end threat for severe weather today. Even though we still have that possible chance, our impacts are looking low. Just taking a closer view in here now, you still see a couple of tornado warnings, severe thunderstorm warnings, I should say, still associated with this frontal system as it's moving out of Oklahoma and into Arkansas right now. Again, a lot of heavy rainfall being produced with this storm. More locally, some heavy rain moving across northern Texas, and that will be the case throughout the night and throughout the day and tonight. We'll see most of the heaviest activity towards the north of us, but any of that activity could continue to drag down into central Texas. Going to look more locally once again, seeing a little bit of heavy rain moving over Hamilton and Bosque County, but we're going to leave you all with the radar view for now. We'll continue to stream at least through our 11 a.m. hour, and then if we need to, we will return. But right now, I'm going to leave you all with the radar view so we can watch the rain, and if I have any updates, I'll be sure to let you know.